And there we go, guys. London with Crypto Kingdom Bitcoin Spy coming at you. Want to make sure that we go over the technicals on Bitcoin. Welcome to Bitcoin Spike. And I'm London, guys. Former financial professional, not financial advice. We're going to go through the details on Bitcoin and maybe a few different altcoins today. Very interesting in terms of the price action. We're going to look at the last several hours here. Is quite the routine in terms of volatility. If you ordered volatility, if you're prepared for it, then Bitcoin is your coin. I'll tell you that. We have seen a big jump to the upside. And essentially, yesterday, what was the price action? Go ahead, and if you could, go ahead and like. And I'd appreciate you guys commenting. Let me know who is here. And thank you guys for hitting that like button. Appreciate that. And I will dig into the comments here as we go through these important technicals. Now, I let out a hello. Let me go say hello, VIP. VIP, our top level of membership, right? Appreciate you guys being here. Just a real defined flat line, guys. This central focal area. Let me go to the secondary. Let's go to this specific chart here. A little bit easier if you guys would like to look at the RSI, etc. I have that on the screen for us to look at on the different time frames. Looks like we've come into contact with the 5-minute RSI. Are attempting to formulate a bit of a double bottom after a nice trajectory up on a bull flag that we caught in the back. Congrats to the VIP who traded the bull flag. Way to go, VIP. And I had let out a video. You guys know this. Excuse me. I let out a video on the particular bear flag. And guys, anytime that we have a technical indication, I'm going to cover it. It's not personal. If you listen to the entirety of what I'm saying in the videos, you'll get a little bit more of my own kind of 2 cents that I might throw into the video aside from the technicals. But we never stray away from the technicals. We always are solidly framed into the TA. So if there is a bear flag, we're going to cover it, right? A move to the downside in terms of the overall price action of Bitcoin. It would require a move to the downside, upward sloping channel. Real interesting as we look at the, and let me just remind you all that this looks much better on a big screen TV. Don't try and shop your channels on YouTube or even conduct your own TA with your cell phone, with your smartphone, guys. It's not that smart, okay? Make sure that you have a large screen TV, something to really view these technicals on that we're going through. And I wanted just to reframe. See, anyone who got and appreciate you hitting the like button. Thank you, brother. As we would talk about the implications of the bear flag, the important aspect was that we had broken support, okay, on the daily. It's a big deal, guys. It wasn't an issue. I put a kind of a feeler video out with a couple hundred people and some angry that I had said bear flag, like, where did you learn about that? I'm like, excuse me, high school, maybe high school. Not sure if, and it got personal with people, just to let you know. And I was like, well, this is not the VIP crowd that I'm used to. So in terms of this, just understand we'll never back away from the technicals ever. If I see an indicated bear flag, you're going to know about it, always with the understanding that we had covered this to a large degree in the live stream. You guys understand this large degree in terms of the save. I'd say this save here, this saving, kind of this exterior. If we go to the line of support here on the exterior, away from that inside line of support on the daily lines, okay, we have that save down here in terms of this bottom line support. I'll just turn this, kind of make this dotted for a moment. I'll make it bright so we can see it. Let's get into, maybe I'll turn it, I'll keep it, maybe I'll just keep it green. I'll turn it blue. But yeah, we have a fail safe here in terms of the bear flag. So to the extent that it was going to reconfirm and push to the downside, you have to be prepared for those moves. So never take it personally, okay, in terms of the technicals. The technicals are the technicals. To the extent that it was like the bull flag today. And it was really interesting in terms of the last 24 hours because, yes, the bear flag video, it's clearly indicated no one in this audience, in the community, Basecamp or VIP, will ever be accused of not knowing what a bear flag is. That's just the bottom line. We're going to know what a bear flag is. We're going to know the implications. We're going to discuss it when it's on the screen. So no apologies, just to let you guys know. Zero apologies on that. And it was an interesting day because the VIP in the back got a nice Look at this, huh? Nice, like that. Bam. Nice pictures from Vancouver. What's up, Luke? Luke in the house. Let's see. Stayed at a 100-mile house. Whoa, very cool stuff. Luke is VIP. Shout out to Luke. What's up, brother? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Thanks for including those photos. Very cool. That's our top level of membership. We really have a good community going on in terms of inflation. Just hit the. Let's see. The inflation hits just keep coming, raising. What is that? Raising stakes for the Fed. Just always transferring good information in addition to the charts, in addition to the signals, and just looking back here in terms of the charts that we went through today, just very clearly indicated an actual bull flag instead of the bear flag video. But you can see here, just walking, in the back here, walking through the different technicals, the bull flag, boom, just identified really before the breakout. Look at this in terms of the back. I just want to catalog this, pardon me, in terms of just how important it was for us to identify this. And to definitely just recognize that that's where the real value is, and we appreciate all the VIP. I appreciate you guys in the back, and hoping that you just nailed that specific bull flag to the upside. Just a huge move. Now, in terms of that move to the upside, it has been mitigated by I'd say the overall condition of the price action. The expression of the price action recently here has been this jumpy, skittish. What would you like to say? Just like it's full throttle to straight park in terms of the price action. We notice, and I'll go ahead and talk about this in terms of the bull flag formation here. Potential carry through in terms of a line of support. We'd have to go. I was very detailed on the specific chart I gave to the VIP, and specific to the extent that went into the actual lines. Okay, the candle wicks beyond the lines to the candle wicks. The candle wicks are fully expressive this year of the price action. We've been enjoying looking at them frequently. It's just been kind of the mantra for 2022 has been like check the candles. It's just been required. So as we look at the framework here, we'll dig back into. And I have some different formulated support resistance that we can go through in a moment. I'll take those off for just a bit. Hope you guys are having a great start to your week. It's Monday, and yeah, Bitcoin's kind of out of the chute with some real challenges in terms of the trading. So we're excited to be able to bring that to you. Now, in terms of the candle wicks, definitely this was the approach here, the candle wicks through the line of resistance. This is a crucial feature of the bull flag. And so it's really a great 24 hours for VIP, I have to say. Whether or not people like the video on the bear flag, got some negative response from it, right? People who just aren't educated technically, and not overall in life, but they're just not prepared to operate technically. We always are going to cover both sides of the coin, guys, without a doubt. Doesn't mean I'm bearish. Doesn't mean necessarily even I'm bullish, guys. Normally, I'll let you guys know if we're full throttle bullish. That's just the way that we are, right? And we've traded a lot of coins successfully over 2021. Since then, we have the pleasure, literally, the literal pleasure of having Angel Matos is our number one VIP, and he has found value here, and we find a lot of value with his having been in Bitcoin for the last 10 years, since $7.79. So it really just reconfirms Angel and inspires me to do a greater job at technicals than hopefully anyone else. I esteem your being here, and I appreciate that very much. It means a lot to me, and I want you to know that doesn't go. It's not a tagline with us. It's a continual challenge for me, and that's the way I want it. So I'm sure we would all have it no other way. So we welcome Angel, top contributor, $1,000 super chat king. When he gets going on the $1,000 super chats, it means he's doing well in the market, which we'd love to see, and he's found value here, which we really love to see, and it means he's trading. So that's what we'd like to just call him the super chat king. That's it, guys. He is, and he's just the best crypto trader you're going to find. My own story, you guys know that. Former financial professional out of Duke University, certified in markets, and was just across the table from Harvard Foundation, doing a $1 billion deal as a lead analyst at age 22. So it was just, that's kind of where I come from in terms of the origins of my kind of financial career. All right, it got a lot more interesting after that, I promise. It sounds pretty boring. I know that, okay? I know that sounds boring. So as we look at the nice move to the upside, we see this specified downward sloping channel. It was nice to have a bull flag after the required discussion of the bear flag. And I, certainly to the extent that you guys are don't ever feel behind the eight ball. I want to say this too. If you guys are busy with work, if you're busy with life or family, whatever it may be, understand the market's going to require your full attention. It may not be, maybe these trades weren't accommodating to you. Maybe you're on a different, I'd say a different schedule in terms of your approach. Maybe you are trading every month or trading every few months or something like that. You're looking for a specific trade and you're very patient. Hey, we commend that. It's just when we see the technicals, as short as when we see the this nice move to the upside in the downward sloping channel, we just had to bring it to the attention. I had to bring it to the attention of the VIP without a doubt. And in terms of the upside completion, it really did frustrate. And I brought that up a bit. It's close. I'll say it's close, but to the extent that we were off by, let's see here, bulls. Pardon. Let's see, $231. I had measured that before. I'm like, I'll go ahead and bring it up. We were off by $231. To the extent that that is rendered a failure in the market, it's indicative to some extent that the bulls were incapable of pushing the price up to the scheduled maximum, and that would be a little different as we would look on the entirety of. You could get a little more specific, okay, if you chose to just go with, and this is why it's always good, and we can talk about the requirements for a bull flag. As we see Bitcoin down about 1.8% since that nice move up. Towards the end of the day, it was up about 5%, and it was just the nice thing was it just seemed like after I did the video that the hammer was put down. And, people just stepped in and said, nope, we're not going to go into bear flag territory. That was nice. That was really nice to see. We're not breaking down out with some momentum to the downside. If you're not sure how to trade a bear flag or bull flag, just understand you've got to break this line of resistance right on the top. I'm just going to flip this, okay, and speak normally, okay? It's a resistance. It would be a support because we've inverted the chart. But, yeah, we did have a breakout. Hugely, hugely important. Now, to the extent that it played or it did not play, we were just looking at a standardized bull flag that did not complete necessarily, at least to the to the extent of the candle wicks, right at that measured threshold, just slightly, right. But as we would look at what was required for the specific bull flag to enter, we saw on the candle wicks, if you went ahead and drew, and I had gotten this chart to Angel as well. Angel, I thought it was important to get you this specific bull flag. I hope that it found you ready to trade, as always. So I'm sure that it did. Looking at this, the bull flag, just the top line resistance, boom. Multiple hits along the top line resistance, right? Looking at that, if we bring over to the line chart, you'll see a bit of a confirmation in here from that specified line. Bam. Really a particular launch kind of launch sequence there up and out of this move, and it really looks like it has underperformed, right? To the extent that we were along a differentiated, I say a different level of resistance, we can get into the different level of resistance. This is what I shared with VIP in the back. We'll just cover it real briefly, okay? In terms of this specific line of resistance, it came into play here from the prior hitch. Always when you're looking to the upside and you're heading up, look for your resistance. When you're heading down, look for your support. It's real easy. And we say buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets, right? You guys know that. That is our MO. Anyone wants to argue with that? I don't know. That's a pretty solid approach, guys. Buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets. I think if you guys stick to that, you're going to do well in 2022. The other small expression would be never be overexposed in any one trade or at any one price. Always be prepared to cover your upside position, right? So that's the other. That's a what we say, just VIP, what it be is. It's a very, very important. It's an important almost qualification for trading around here in terms of VIP, etc. Just not. I hear some people that want to trade with rent money or want to trade with whatever it may be, and to each his own. That's fine, but we find a lot of value in reinforcing some of the principles that are involved with just common, ordinary money management. And I'm not in the business for doing that for you guys, but it just makes sense. And when something makes sense, we're going to discuss it. So in terms of this top line resistance here, we are formulating a bit of a channel. It would be nice to see the bulls hold the line of support. Okay, that's the 1 minute very, very, very detailed. I showed this to the VIP in the back as well. When we were up here, we were looking at a few different expressions, and we can kind of review them to I'd say we can review them just to look at the price action. So in terms of the bear flag to the bull flag, I'd say this. It is just an indication that is, or just an expression of the market, and it just confirms the fact that we are prepared to trade in this group, so that you know that. If you have been VIP for a while, you know that. We can technically speak about one specific pattern. That pattern can change literally within a second, literally. You know that. So we're going to speak about every pattern in play that's a legitimate pattern that would be institutionally recognized, essentially. And it's just the best traders that they would look at, like, kind of, what would the pattern be? We're gonna discuss about it if it's a very, very obvious apparent pattern that needs to be focused on. So in the back, it's been a little bit of a habit recently. I want to talk to you guys about kind of a new. Now we can go up through this specific. I had brought this to VIP. There were a few ascending triangles which failed hard after that bull flag started to really traject to the upside. Looking for a support along this line would be nice. Okay, that's going to be found on the lines right now. If you go to the lines on the 5-minute, I think you'll find it perfectly exactly where the price is returned to. Okay, in line with this return, let's talk about real quickly the RSI. On the 5-minute RSI, the purple on your screen is the RSI at 30, and it's going to be interesting to see whether or not the RSI wants to operate as a reversal on the 5-minute, because we're at on the 5-minute we are at that point. We're at the mark. We're at the threshold of that 30 on the RSI. It has been struck. There are a lot of reviews or a lot of studies that have been conducted in terms of whether or not the RSI is really your reversal indicator. It's a momentum indicator. Okay, and on the whole, as you would look at striking the 5-minute RSI, the extent to which, or the hourly, or the daily, or the monthly, guys, the extent to which it operates and it indicates, let's say, the 30 on the RSI, that people are selling, it's oversold, right? To the extent that you get into situations in different time frames with a hit at the RSI and a continuation, people continuing to sell, okay, after the original hit into the RSI, people, okay, selling, oversold, people continuing to sell. You see the purple as the 30 on the RSI. I'll let you guys get into the studies in terms of what has been done, okay, on the 30 on the RSI, and which approach is more profitable. Is it a reversal indicator, okay, or is it the, you'll see some attempted hits or reversals in here on the 5-minute, but we see here a nice hit into the RSI, 30 on the RSI, carving in, oversold, and sellers continue to sell. So you're seeing, you're picking up a little bit on probably the empirical data that exists on the 30 and the RSI again here, and this is just dating back just a touch. We're still in the same relative time frame here, at least in the same range. Buyers selling, hitting oversold, continuing to sell, not the reversal that people are looking for, right? Some hits along the way here, some nice trajectory, some nice smaller trades to be had. Certainly, that's not necessarily in question, but as you really start to analyze that RSI, is it a reversal or is it indicative of momentum? The momentum indicator. So, and again here you'll see, certain situations where, well, it is acting as a temporary reversal, right? So we would look maybe on the higher time frames, etc., to really try and retest that at a different time frame. This is the 5-minute, but I want you all to be aware of that. Normally we will lay over a secondary indicator over the RSI. Okay, we would maybe look at the CCI in addition to RSI. We would scope that out with a certain interval, etc. We look at, of course, MACD. We look at, guys, we've got, moving averages have been quite the beast recently. Don't you guys agree? As we would look at, and I think this is on the, let's go to the hourly. Let's go to the 4-hourly. And there we were. I saw this on the way coming home. I was like, yes, absolutely. That 4-hourly, and that's going to be one of the big hurdles. Now, in terms of the price action, let's take a look at, let me take this off the screen. And I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope that crypto is treating you well. If you're in the mode where you're having to be patient, we've been sideways for a while, that's okay. This is crypto. It will test your patience. And when you get into thinking that a month or 2 months is a long time, just be prepared, okay? I'll tell you that much. Just be prepared. 54 days sideways in this range. We have achieved, I say if you want to say the sellers have achieved in terms of this, the overall, I'd say trajectory here that we're looking at has been a little bit difficult in terms of just a decreasing ability of buyers to step in on the market. You guys know that. I even drew, let me just take that line off, and I even drew this a couple of days ago in terms of, and let me just go ahead and hide this this green line so that you know is that level of support. It's one of the biggest lines on Bitcoin right now, guys, if not the biggest line. Level of support October 2020, $10,000. Level of support July 2021, $30,000. Right carried up is that's the most prominent trend line that Bitcoin has. We are in breach of that thus far. So to the extent that is continuing to operate, I'd say on the, let's go in and let's hide this. I'll keep those on standby if we need to bring them back. To the extent that that's operating to the, I'd say the overall, I don't know, in line with the psychology, etc., of the market, just inability to necessarily, looks like we're picking up a bit on the 5-minute. That is a good sign. Let's get into the 5-minute in just 2 seconds. I want to talk about the mitigation as we saw just barely a move here. We were looking for something in line with at least this top line trend expression, this top line resistance. As we were talking a few days ago, I got into just the notion of an arc, essentially, what is going on in terms of the decrease in expectations of the buyers and the sellers, essentially the market, to really throttle up to the upside. This is really well recognized on the 4-hourly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 hit along this elliptical arc here. Just indicative of kind of a rounding feature that Bitcoin is in the process of demonstrating, not only, like, let's say on the 4-hourly, but you'll notice that quite frequently on Bitcoin if you trade Bitcoin a lot. So let's go to the 5-minute. Looks like we're getting some positive price action. Love to see that. Very nice. In terms of the hit to the upside, looks like we're back off this line of prior, and this is Bitcoin does like to do this sometimes. I was mentioning this earlier on to someone else, guys. In terms of this bull flag feature here, Bitcoin is not a stranger towards coming back down to this line of resistance to confirm a support and move to the upside. So this line of resistance to support is in play. It's confirmed right now as a nice to see it hold. Way to go, guys! If you're currently trading, in terms of that, this is confirmed as a cross trend line as of this moment. It is this the notion that we would have in terms of the level of resistance, hits along resistance, particularly on the candle wicks. You'll see the levels of resistance, bam, 1, 2, 3, right? Essentially 4 within threshold. Okay, level of resistance confirmed now as support. That's a nice move to the upside. Also within the framework of the specified. This is why we don't always handle RSI that frequently. You guys know we try and we just, because of the debate, because of let me just say, because of the fact that it can be construed either or. Some people get pushed too far into the RSI. We really haven't been focusing on it that much. You guys know we've been focusing on support, resistance. We've been focusing on targets. We've been focusing on patterns quite frequently, and a lot of people have had a lot of success. So the RSI is still there. That discussion still remains. We'll see how this hit continues to the upside. We'd love to see, ideally, now that the buyers have picked up, and it looks like they were carving in along this line of support, any VIP that bought at support with a cover potential below, congratulations, guys. That's a nice small move thus far, but it's a nice. It just reinstills what we do discuss in terms of the buy at support, sell at resistance. Nice move, guys. In terms of the moving average, they are in play right now. The orange is the 100, the purple is the 200. Those have been just hugely important as we look at the different time frames. We noted on that 4-hourly. The 4-hourly was the hit and quit on the 100 moving average. You just can't really be too close on those or too careful with those moving averages. Multiple hits up in this region already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Let's say 4 hits And actually, if we really look at it, we make it some more on the hourly. Let's go into the hourly, and it may be more or less. Let's see, one, let's say two. Yeah, we have probably just one hit in this region. We'd have to really scope back through, go into the lower time frames. I guess it was that aggressive, as I recall. That this one tried to have or may have had two hits at this level. Let's look back at the 5-minute chart, and you'll see, yeah, this one did certainly have the two hits. One hit, secondary hit to the upside to try and recompete or surpass now just this intermediary high, essentially the target that was reached. One thing I will encourage you to do is when you get a nice shot up out like we had today, I told Angel and I think the room in the back as well just booked a long, then booked a short in terms of what I had done. But I wanted to make sure that you all knew in terms of this specific formation here, once you miss the original ride up, don't be afraid to back off just a touch and take a look at the patterning. Always look at the patterning or find a line of support, find a line of resistance. Always reframe within the approach. Buy at support, sell at resistance, right? Trade your patterns and hit your target. So that's what we would encourage you to definitely continue to do. And let's take a look at the kind of the framework on the 5-minute. Let's go to the hourly and see how the hourly is shaping up on the Fibonacci targets just to kind of review the price action. And let's see where we're at here. Yeah, in line with that, we're getting a nice hit now. That's good. In line with this specific, I'd say the 38.2. That 38.2 is a good level to pick up on. It's relatively bullish. It's not the primary level, that 28.6. But that 38.2 is that secondary level. So it's within that bullish threshold in terms of not having to dig down to the 50 or that golden pocket, kind of the magic ratio or that golden ratio to which everything wants to gravitate towards. You guys understand that? This kind of old hat here. So looking at the framework here, let's take a good look at the patterning going on here. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope that you're trading well. We had a bull flag. Everybody should be happy, right? This is good news if you trade Bitcoin. I can tell who's trading and who's not trading. Guys in the back, like Luke, is always there. He's like, bull flag, good news. I know that Pathfinder found a nice profitable trade on Immutable X. We looked at that. Unfortunately, that fizzled out, but that was worth looking at. I think a few positive trades were booked on Immutable X. As we look at, I just can always tell the difference between people who are trading and not trading. It's just it's relatively simple. So picking up about a half a point, about a 0.5% to 39,000. BTC recovering, still staying within this zone. I'd watch this specified level of resistance right now. That may be quite a level of resistance. As you look at the previous hits here in terms of the just multiple hits, guys, as we let's reframe it on the candles, take a look a little differentiated on those candles as we look at the majority of the price action up and above the actual line. Of course, on the 30-minute, that's going to be the case. But as we look at these hits here, a real prominent, I say prominently structured, and let me move this just a touch here. We can get through the bull flag discussion. Yeah, we can pick back up on it. But looking at this level of resistance, it's been hugely prominent with 1, 2, 3, 4. And guys, to the extent that may operate as a secondary level or an additional level of resistance, okay, that which the price cannot get up and above, guys, right? Support is that which reinforces the price, okay? And essentially, support is going to go up, resistance is going to go down, right? So as we look at this, this is a key focal in the market right now. That irrespective of this specified trajectory to the upside, which we saw, which was great. Hopefully, you guys traded. I hope you guys traded. Always looking for people who can trade to be part of our trade group. That's just the bottom line. Whether or not you're into guys, we have all types of individuals who are into all types of coins, and hopefully you're just into being cool and being a VIP. That's just and I don't mean it like that, but just being cool to people in crypto. I always say that, be cool to people in crypto. I don't mean like be in a cool VIP club. I just mean like, be nice to people in crypto. It's a small space. Just be respectful of what people can bring to the table. I always encourage people along that regard, and do your own TA. Just attempt to do your own TA. at the end of the year, you'll be responsible for your success. That's a good thing. This specific line down here is worth noting as I was doing the technicals earlier for the VIP. And for myself, just looking at the trade dynamics, etc. This specified resistance, poured down resistance, poured down resistance. Just I don't know. It's an indication of maybe a need to look at the specified framework of the candle wicks. Always, when you get these lines that look a little bit odd, and you're not sure how to really interpret them, I encourage you to always just look at the candlesticks. Make that your next stop off is looking at the candle wicks. Okay, hugely important. This reminds a little bit of what Luna was going through. If you guys were watching the Luna chart, I'm not sure that you were or were not. Let's look at USDT.D. Let's look at the United States United States dollar tether, USDT. Let's look at this in the context of where it is currently fashioned in terms of this is the dominance for tether. So essentially, the safe haven is providing the market participants. Let's look at this specific nice triangulation. Okay, nice triangulation here would technically be a bullish continuation pattern. That's what we would expect of this. So it would indicate that Tether may be on the increase in terms of the demand function on the monthly. You guys remember this. We covered this live. Very important chart. Let me get through this here. In terms of the monthly, incredible symmetrical triangle on the monthly. I can bring this specific portion on the top up just a touch. I can bring this up, and you'll just see a symmetrical triangulation with a breakout, a confirmation, and boom to the upside. Slim Goody in the house, man. What's up, Slim? Man, Slim, it's been a minute. What's going on, dude? Hope you're doing well. Slim, new in base camp. Slim, boom, boom, boom. Nice to see you, brother. What's up? Hope everything is going well, Slim. I say welcome to the stream. Boom, boom. We were, Slim, I was covering the details a little bit about it. Sorry for the charts that go off when I go on to chat, just for so you know they don't go off, but I lose the chart for a second while I'm like chatting with Slim. Slim, newfound return member back to the channel. Exciting about that. He had a lot of success with Doge. He's kind of a Doge tycoon. So exciting to have you back, Slim. And we're looking forward. If you would like to join VIP, you would be joining Pathfinder in the back. He had some success on Doge as well. So we got a few that have done well on Doge, no problem. A few that have done well on SHIB, a few that have done real well on Bitcoin. So it's if you hang around VIP or you hang around crypto, you're going to find a lot of people have done well on a lot of different coins. So we're excited to have Slim back in the hunt. In terms of the USDT market dominance for Tether, it's textbook, isn't it? It's really solid. I'll move this, but this has to deal with the target level to the upside, the amplitude. And just as a note, the amplitudes have been playing in line with the first, just so we know, guys, in line with this first, not just the first. Technically, let me say this. Technically, the amplitude is supposed to be this. Believe it or not, that's the amplitude. Is supposed to be this original, from the original pivot in. I've seen more and more frequently in the market recently that we are seeing the amplitude move to the upside of this amplitude here, the secondary pivot into the pattern. That's especially going on with Bitcoin recently. Just mind those specific take targets, the take at targets that you would have on your specific patterns. Doesn't go without saying. Just mind attention to those. Are you playing this specific, let's say, pivot to this top level trend line of resistance, or are you playing kind of the aggressive approach here, right? The aggressive approach would yield a higher function, right, than this mitigated or this specifically shorter target threshold. So always keep an eye on that, and we'll recover the basics of all that in a future stream without a doubt. Slim, thanks for saying hello. That's cool. Very, very cool. So in terms of BTC, let's go through. That was on the monthly of USDT.D. Okay, so that's a big deal. Looking at the framework, and Slim, not sure if you traded today. Did you catch the bull flag on Bitcoin? I trust that you did. I hope that you did. Looking at the bull flag on Bitcoin, we can frame it out very clearly move to the upside with a downward sloping channel, we'd have to go to a higher time frame. And I haven't really discussed this too much, but at least on the 30-minute, we start to eliminate some of the noise in the move to the upside. I'd say, always a consideration and concern as to how much velocity, right, is there. And velocity is what? Velocity is the vertical distance covered as measured by the amount of time it takes you to cover it. Okay? High velocity move, a lot of vertical movement, a lot of vertical price action is covered within a very short time frame. Okay? The lower the velocity it takes, you can still reach the same upside target, the same vertical target. However, it may take you more time to get there, lower velocity. Okay, so we measure the velocity for a bull flag. We'd like to be coming off of a real strong move to the upside, a lot of velocity, bam, to repeat that velocity once again. The secondary move here had more velocity than the primary move, so that's to be noted. It's a decent way to catch the traders by surprise, because we kind of build expectations in line with, if we want to talk about, and we have this channel framework going on right now, buyers picking up on support of Bitcoin. Hope you guys didn't miss my Doge video. And again, on technicals, guys, I have no problem if it's Doge, if it's a coin with enough interest in it, like Doge was hitting the 200. You guys can catch all that. You guys know that. Let's see on the profile here with where was. Let's see, Doge to the moon, question mark. First, 200 weekly moving average. Make sure you plug into Twitter. Slim, you can plug into that. But the 200 weekly moving average on Doge is nearly in play, and it's been in play before. I didn't have enough time on the video to really expound upon how long it could sit and work with that 200 moving average, but just be prepared, okay? Be prepared for that to last potentially a while. Okay, the last time it really interacted with the 200, the primary, I'd say the season before it really started going mainstream, it really interacted a lot for quite a while. Look at that weekly 200 moving average. Just interesting. It's been a coin that's brought a lot of people into the foray of crypto, and so it helped bring me into crypto. Okay, Bitcoin was kind of intimidating. It was kind of I didn't really know if I would, fit in with these, guys with the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris and all this stuff. It's like, I didn't get Bitcoin back when, say, Angel got Bitcoin. And so 10 years ago. And so I was kind of late to the bus, or to the party, but I realized, like, wait, hold on. Everybody can trade this. This is good. And when we got into it, the technical conformance of Bitcoin is just really nice. It's not necessarily forgiving, but it's a nice platform to learn on. And given my background, I just started really just falling in love with Bitcoin. Trading Bitcoin is a good thing. We just welcome all. Welcome, Slim. I know that you had your tycoon moment with Doge. So check out that video, Slim, and get that. You already got that badge. That's a good thing. I appreciate you getting that badge for Basecamp. We want you to be VIP, man. I think you did well enough on Doge. Would you retire or something? You didn't work forever again, or just for a year, whatever you did. Congratulations. That sounds like VIP, bro. We brought this specific move to the upside, this downward sloping channel, to VIP in the back. Just to remind, I want to let you know, Slim, I brought this bull flag to the back. We were going through the different patterns and going through, there we go, this framework. Here we go. We're into it now. It was I went to go hit the iron and just saw the bull flag. It's like, I got to get this to VIP. We're about to bust this bull flag to the upside on Bitcoin. So boom, we definitely nailed that. It's always important for me to, and that's in spite of the bear flag video. I'm always impressed if I get a positive reaction from the video, and sometimes it's in the form of price. I've let go some technicals here and there before, and it's like all of a sudden someone pushes a magic button and completely undoes that technical, whatever it is. I'm like, by the way, we're in a huge bear flag. I'll do something like that, and then it's like someone turns a key somewhere and says, "Well, no more bear flag." Like, hey, that's a positive reinforcement for me, not only in terms of, let's just say, what is technically sound. We're going to cover what the technicals are. I'm never going to shy away from something because it's too bearish or too bullish. You're going to hear the technicals. That's it. That's the bottom line. We want to may have a preference in terms of what you want to trade or where you want it to go, but we're going to look at the technicals. I'm never going to never going to I'd say apologize for technicals. That's just that doesn't make any sense, guys. That's completely non-technical. That completely contravenes what we stand for in terms of just applying TA to the market to gain a competitive advantage. We have to know both sides of the coin always. So just frame your trade game that way. And as we talked about, I let a video out on a bear flag. I'm thrilled to see a bull flag. And it's not the same magnitude at all, but I'm thrilled to see that. We traded that. So, in terms of, don't think, well, London's gone soft, he wants a bear market. No, guys, it was technically indicated on the daily without a doubt. We're going to discuss it so that even the members, subscribers, etc., can have an educated discussion, i.e., what is a bear flag? I mean, everyone knows what a bull flag is. I mean, to the extent that that we have bull flags all over the map and we have a bear flag, we're going to talk about a bear flag. It has to be done. It's technically indicated, and we had broken down and out of, let's just go into the sequence here on the daily. We had broken down and out of this level of support. Hugely important. Like, if we invert this, I guarantee you, if I showed you guys this chart just right here, you would be ready to trade this. You would be ready to trade that in terms of a bull flag. You would love it. It's a bear flag. There's not a big difference, guys. It's inverted right now. So we were at the threshold. We've broken out. Okay, what do you need next? Well, you need to confirm along prior resistance. Yeah, same rules, guys. Look at this. Now you have some hurdles that would be below you because it's inverted, but we know and we do have a cross interpretation here of an ascending triangle. I haven't forgotten that one bit, but to the extent the 4 hourly chart cleans up this line on the we'll just go into here real quickly. To the extent that the 4 hourly gives you a relatively good framework on this line of resistance and flattens out these channels, that's why I said we don't like this rounding in here, this rounding feature that the market, that Bitcoin is expressing to us. Understand, this rounding feature will encourage you to apply 2, 3, 4 different patterns. Okay, so that's a big deal. Let me see what we have. Let me see what Slim said. I tried to take profits when Doge spiked yesterday from Elon's tweet, but I wasn't quick enough. My Doge average is 1173. I'm joining VIP as soon as that happens. Okay, as soon as that happens. Okay, wasn't quick enough. My Doge average is 1173. Man, Slim, we just need to have a talk. We need to have a conversation. Honestly, I'm just going to say we need to talk. That's just it. We need to talk. That's just it. I mean, I literally mean that on DM, on live, not live necessarily. Actually, absolutely not. But I'll discuss the parameters involved with making sure that you hit your targets, so that you're not sitting there waiting for a tweet, my man. You can't have that. You need to be headed to bed with your targets in place and everything else, and structured on a structured out to where that's not even in question. So yeah, this is why when I look at people, they want to join because, well, wait, and this and that. Like, man, we just need to talk. Like, this is not a big deal. We just need to sit down and fix that problem. It's not a big. You have a very easy problem to solve, like a hugely easy problem to solve. Like, period. That's just the truth. Technically speaking, and how you operate with your exchanges, it's just that's not even a big. That's not a big issue. I know maybe you know that with limit orders, trigger action on your trigger alert. You have trigger alerts, right? If Elon tweets, you get an alert, or a price function goes to such, you get an alert on TradingView. We'll just set that up. I'll help you set that up on your exchange. Hugely important. Trigger orders. A trigger order, guys. It's the opposite of setting your order at the bottom. Let's say. You could just set it up to where it automatically is going to, sell at a price. You can get trigger executions on the low side for activation of buy or sell, and to the upside of buy or sell. So I'm sure you're doing limit orders. If you want to incorporate trigger orders with trigger alerts, etc., on your specific, and I trust you're already there with everything, but it just seems like a very simple problem to get through. Let's see. I know I almost just sold out and took the loss so I could join and be able to chat. Oh man, that's okay. So you're looking for a spike to, I see, to recapitalize. I got you. I almost sold out and took the loss. If I could just join to be able to chat. God, we got to, man, this is what I can't stand, man. And we go over the information. It's just whether or not it's ever really, it's fully communicated up and out. Because, I mean, I could go through a real detailed, you just need to spend some time on the, and I know you know this, on the phone or something else with somebody or in the back room talking about trade setup with your exchange. That's the truth, huh? One thing I'm just going to put on here real quickly as we look at the price action. We'll dig back down to the 5 minute and see what Bit is doing. Let's get down to it. Just a touch. Not doing poorly. Okay. As I would look at the requirements, like what are your requirements for an exchange? That's the first thing I would ask you guys. What are your requirements for an exchange? Not mine. What are your requirements for an exchange? Okay, how do you trade? How do you want to trade? That's going to be a key feature for you in 2022. I cannot reinforce that enough. Guys, what are your requirements for an exchange? Okay, you don't want one necessarily. I don't want to steer people away from Binance, but you do not want one that is going to lock up your coins, right? You don't want that. You want an exchange that's going to allow you, and I'm going to put the gate, let me get into this real quickly. In terms of the exchange, you want an exchange that's going to allow you to place your limit orders, and let me pin this message to the top. That's the link for Gate Exchange. And you guys know Gate has been around. As I look at like Gate BTC, look at the BTC chart on Gate. Look at this BTC chart on Gate. Okay, guys? It goes back to, you're not going to find this. Search on TradingView. Go to TradingView, just like you normally do. Go to TradingView and look at all of the price action on all of the charts that you can pull up for Bitcoin. Gate has been trading Bitcoin since, let's see, what is this? March of 2013. That's the entirety of their Bitcoin chart. This is the weekly chart, guys. They've been in the business a while. So in terms of Bitcoin, etc., you can trade on Gate. It's a nice exchange to trade on. The technicals are nice. It helps to have a higher processing graphics card to deal with those technicals because they're relatively demanding. But it's a nice app. It's something you can deal with. And I just I don't know. I really appreciate when VIP have the technicals or have their account linked with us, because then I get all of the trade data. Doesn't sound like much, but we're very data driven. So I can see what the VIPs are trading. I can let people know about that. I can customize the videos to the VIPs, etc. And on that link, it's not making me rich. I promise. I promise, guys, that. So that's just not the idea. It's not what I'm. I was like, oh, I'm gonna retire on Gate Island. That's not it. It's just solid technicals, and they just had Bitcoin for a really long time. They have Doge. I don't know what they have on Doge. Let's see, Doge 3, Doge 5. They have Doge 3L and Doge 3S on, and I'm always going to say be somewhat be cautious of the 3L, 5L, 3S, 5S. So let me see if there's anything else we need to. What do we got here? Okay, that's just another coin. A lot of new coins, etc. on Gate. Be careful when you're trading new coins. I'll just say that as a matter of fact. So, looking into the further details of the price action. But yeah, just we're going to set you up you got to do a limit sell order. You got to trigger a trade next time it goes low enough for it to pick up. I mean, you got some different. Stop loss is kind of a conditional trade. We'll see. I don't want to get into the details too much. Okay, so to the extent you understand these, like where you're skipping around, I am. I don't want to get too advanced with people who are just buying on like crypto.com. Some people do that. Some people will buy on crypto.com. That's okay, but you're going to be up all night long waiting to get a pump on a coin, some price action on the coin, whether or not it's fundamentally related. It may be a new listing on Coinbase on your coin. Hey, big pump or move to the upside on your coin, right? The feature like on crypto.com, man, you got to stay awake the whole time, and then you got to watch the price that it gives you, right? You want to be that market maker. You want to step in, and that's generally very misunderstood in the market, that terminology. You want to be the one that sets the price. as to what you'll pay and as to the price that you'll sell at. That turns you into a market maker. Very simple. It's not. It's nothing beyond that. In terms of the classic definitions, it can be expounded a bit, I'd say, before I say there's nothing else there, nothing else to that, to the extent that it may involve an exchange level a participant who is thereby simply only facilitating, again, the what he wants to sell, the price he wants to sell at, and the prices, or he or they, and the price at which they want to either buy or sell, or both, a tandem there. So we're getting from $250 to $20 with me. Well, you just focus on your trades, Slim. You do what needs to be done in terms of your trades and your game and your Doge, etc. To the extent that you have, we always just say as you start talking about amounts, etc. Just always know, like, backup resource capital. You have to have that backup resource capital. That's the key feature. You may decide this year for a bit that you want to learn instead of trade. You may just say, I'm going to go into a zone, I'm going to begin to trade, or I'm going to go into a zone, I'm going to begin to learn, right, the TA. And I just encourage you to, you make your priorities. You decide what's good for Slim. And we'll be here if there's some additional information that we can help share with the community in terms of the, I'd say, the features of an exchange, how they operate. I can get into that. It just becomes a little bit detailed. It's like you have to have entered the orders. It's like if you deal with futures or something like that, it gets a little bit complicated really quickly. You guys know that. So we'll try and keep it really, really focused, really simply. 1, 2, 3, 4. Would love to see a 5 up and over this specific, or at least 2, the specific line of resistance indicated on the 30-minute time frame. And yeah, in terms of let's just and you can let me know, Slim. I thought that I didn't know that you had a big year with Doge, or let me see. Let's see. Original price on Doge. When did you get in? I want to know. When did you get in? And I'm going to put backup reserve capital, because those are the crucial elements of anything, or having backup reserve capital, always being able to cover your upside position. You don't want to get stuck in a position like Slim may be, or a lot of people may be, in terms of they just can't release their position without a loss. You don't want to get into that zone. Let's reframe back into it. It's just a matter of discipline. You just have to make yourself do it. It's simply said enough. BTC, and it's simply said, maybe it's not as easy to execute, because you want to trade, you want to get involved in the market, but patience pays. A lot of times patience pays. As we look at Bitcoin, 38,964, down 1.7%. There we go. You got in around 6 cents. That's what I thought. I thought you were an early guy into Doge. That's right. Right on. Boom. So you've been around. You've seen the bulk of it. Just it's been a lot of price action. Like a ton of price action. And see, now you find yourself in the position, you're getting down into that 200 weekly moving average, where people are looking at, if you're down 90%, people are looking at, like, that's quite an acquisition. That's a level to step into. I know that you're going through this right now. You're like, clearly, right? So I'm going to say this, Slim, to the extent you can't live, eat, and breathe crypto, things become challenging, okay? It just does. If you don't have a pro setup, if you're busy with something else, you got a girlfriend. I mean, if you got, a life outside of crypto, it becomes challenging, period. So don't fault yourself for being in a position with Doge, or it's gone down, for all the better lack of an example. You could have had, an incredible 2021 on your overall life, and crypto could have been a little small part of it. Or it could have been, and it could have had nothing to do with crypto. Let's say that. So the more that you focus on your crypto, I would anticipate that you're going to do better at crypto. But sometimes that comes at a cost. So, just understand wherever you are now, there's probably some lessons on both sides of the fence there. Just make sure that you, look at both sides of the coin there as well. I'll just say that. Look at both sides of the coin. So, in terms of what you may have missed, what have you gained? I mean, look at 2021. I just encourage you. That's what I'm going to do right now. Just really, really encourage you, okay? Specifically you, Slim. I want you to do good in 2022. But I got to say, I'm not going to be feeling bad for anyone who got into Doge at 6 cents. I mean, gosh, if you have iron hands like that, you need to talk to Angel because you're a good scout for the value, and he has clearly he is as well. But I just who knows? Elon's not selling his Doge. You know that. So that's funny. That makes the price of Doge go up so that people can sell, and then it goes back down. That was his tweet last night. If you guys saw his tweet, did you see that? Let's go through that. It's kind of interesting, huh? But he will not sell his Doge. I mean, as a matter of fact, let's look up Elon. What did he say? Elon, where are you at? Elon, boom. Let's go through this real quickly, see if we can find this. Let's see. Choose your fighter. What is he doing? What is he doing? So, he now has, I see you're a tough negotiator. Okay, you can have 10% more pay per view money. This is a gentleman on the bear, and then there's Elon Musk with a flamethrower. And what is this? We just have to look at this. What is this? What is this? What is going on here? Stakes are. I'm not sure that we should even be looking at this. I can read some of this, but I guess I prefer not to. What is this? You, little devil, are still young. Competing with weak, it would be a waste of time. Overtake my brother first. Plushkinsey, Litzensey, the tale of the Pope and his worker, Balda. What is this stuff? Not sure what's going on, guys. We have some craziness with, imagine that. We have some craziness with Elon Musk. What is going on? Look at these guys. This is not Doge. This is not Doge. What is this going on? Okay, what is he saying here? What am I looking for? Now all of a sudden, we know what we're looking for. We're looking for the Doge tweet. Doge tweet is gone. Where's the Doge tweet? All this other international stuff. That's why I try not to pay too much attention to it, guys. Just let it be what it'll be. Okay, now, where does he get to? I purchased. What is this? Just craziness. What Elon's into? I hate to even digress into this stuff. Let's not digress into it. I know Elon's wrote that he has bought his in the times of in the times of inflation. I have no idea what he's doing. I think he's communicating with the Russian Defense Ministry. All bets are off with Elon's Doge holdings. He may have squandered them. He may have done some things that no man should have done with his Doge. Who knows at this point? We know what he says, but is he really holding? I'm not sure. Let's see what we have here. Elon challenged Putin to a fight. Winner gets Ukraine. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh no. I'm going to say oh no. Elon, if he did that, that's very interesting. Huh? I guess he's being silly. He would be interjecting some humor amidst the entirety of it, which is one approach. At least, I guess he's dealing with it in his own way. We would say Elon's dealing with those issues in his own way. And the SEC investigation was the least of Mr. Musk's problems, weren't they? Now all of a sudden he is up the ante quite a bit. So congratulations to Elon for compounding the interest of people beyond the SEC. Very interesting. So let's get back to the technicals, as we would want to get back to the technicals. Man, what is going on with Elon, man? It's just... Oh, Elon. It's good to have people like him around, and sometimes you can't believe there are people like him around, huh? But, I mean, he is, I guess he has that, he's just renowned like that, becoming increasingly renowned like that. Very interesting, guys. Very, very interesting. So, you know how to do a limit order, Slim? If you don't know how to do a limit order, you have got to know how to do a limit order to be a VIP. Now, I gave you the link. We're going to go over this real quickly. I gave you the link, all right? You see this at the bottom of the scoreboard here, kind of the order book on the right. Say the scoreboard. This is where you're at in terms of your buys and your sells, okay? What you want to sell, what you want to buy. Your orders, all right? You have your position on your exchange. This is for Slim and anyone else who wants to pay attention real quickly. And then what do? You pick your price you want to sell it at. I want to sell it at 11. Let's see right here. I want to sell it at 0.11. Let me go 0. I have to put 0. 0.11115. I want to sell it at 11.5 cents. I want to sell all of it. Bam. And say we're on the Doge chart. All right, it's a limit order. Okay, and I want to sell it at 11.5 cents, and I have the entirety. I'm going to put 100% there, and boom, I'm going to create my limit order. That's it. Then you don't have to stay up at night. Okay, then when the price shoots from 8 cents to 11 cents, bam, it's magically filled. Okay, that's a limit order. Now there's some different ways that you can. Oh, good. You only use limit orders. Then how did you miss your opportunity to sell? I knew you knew what a limit order is. That's what I'm like, what are we talking about? Then how did you miss your opportunity to sell? How did you not get out if you already had your order set on limit? Slim. This is a complicated discussion. Are you trying to day trade the Elon tweets? If you're day trading the Elon tweets, it's very difficult. There may be no help for him yet. I'm hoping there is. But Slim is trying to day trade the Elon tweets. You're trying to outcompute the robots. Okay. You let me know how that is. So you know limit orders. So how is it that you were not able to sell if you had it on limit order? I have to say that. How is it you were not able to sell if you had it on limit order? Man. I mean, Slim, base camp, he's thinking of upgrading, but, we get into some stories now. We're getting into the story of this now. Slim has, when you think about it, guys, he's trying to day trade the Elon tweets. That's pretty ambitious. That's pretty ambitious. That's maybe even more ambitious than trying to day trade with Crypto.com. I have to say, day trading with Crypto.com is next to impossible. It's next to impossible, okay? Look at this top line resistance, by the way. Make sure that you're focused in on that 5-minute chart. Boom. Don't worry about this little aberration here, this little problem here. Don't worry about that. Worry about the relative hits here along 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those 7 hits across that top line on the 5-minute, okay? If you guys can, I appreciate that. I just use the limit order feature whenever I do sell any. Man, set your limit order at a higher price than we're currently at so that when it goes up, your order will be executed. That's the idea. You set your order to sell it at a higher price, then you can go to sleep. Then when the price, if it were to go there, it'll automatically fill your order. I have to assume that you know that. I have to assume Slim knows that. I don't know if everyone does know that, because if you're on Crypto.com, if you're on some of these other deals, I don't want to get into Binance. Just don't want to get into it. It's okay. It is what it is. The cross trend line here is a big deal. This, I should say this trend line. We're going to say this. It's going to be essentially the line of resistance. I'm not going to categorize it as anything beyond a line of resistance and a trend line at this point. It's been broken a bit here as we would look at the framework that's up, the price action operating above the line of resistance once and twice. It's just a heavy line right now. And I know all of you that are trading are like, what is going on with Bitcoin? What is going on, huh? Because we've had episodes like this with BTC. You guys know this. You guys remember this back in the day. We were streaming. Let's go to the 4 hourly. You guys remember when things got real tight, like right up in here? Like, man, what is Bitcoin doing? Man, what is Bitcoin doing? Trying to formulate this specific flag. You guys remember that? We wanted this flag to play so badly. We were paying so much attention because it was a bull flag, bit constricted, right? It wasn't perfect, but I was like, it's within threshold. This is a bull flag. And we wanted that so badly. We called it earlier. I called this early in the process. It was like up in, maybe in here or something. And I was like, this could be a bull flag. It caught down here. It went up. I'm like, we may have a bull flag. Then the pour out. This area in here, this feature was really, really tedious. We just stuck at it. We just stayed with it. And we found that ascending triangle in the back, right? Just huge. And all bets were off. Seller climax. Bam. That was a seller climax. The more uncomfortable it feels sometimes when you're getting down into it and it's like your blood starts to really go and you realize it's like this is emotional, right? It's red, it's going down. The more uncomfortable you get sometimes, the closer you may be to a seller climax, meaning rebound in price may be imminent, All right, just remind yourselves of that. When you get emotionally tied into the trade and the price action, be prepared for what it may be expressing to the market and what it could really be expressing to those who are kind of on top of the market, right? That's the idea. Let me see. Oh, I see. I got you. So, like you said, you hadn't been day trading. I was just holding and learning and studying past year. Awesome, man. That is so cool. You've been holding Doge this whole time. You are a champion, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna hate you at all. If you're doing exactly with your Doge what Elon is doing with his Doge, I'm not gonna hate you. I wish you would have traded some, but to have hands like that, man, I have no idea. I cannot imagine someone holding their Doge the whole. And I mean that as a compliment. In a lot of ways, you probably don't understand, particularly if you don't have the know-how technically to dive in and trade. Man, you are exhibiting some very interesting characteristic sets. I just have to honestly say that could be very beneficial long term if you have that level of discipline. That's impressive. Everyone has to admit that's impressive. If he's just not trading because the Slim is not formulated yet, technically speaking, guys, that's something, huh? I would think huge potential for someone like that, just to have the discipline. No, I'm not going to trade yet. I don't have the technical know-how. Man, a lot can be done with that frame of mind, without a doubt. So as we look at the, let's switch back to this feature here on the purple, the RSI. I don't talk about RSI that much. Okay, I just don't. I did a video on it a couple of weeks ago. You guys will remember that. And the notion was sometimes it can be a reversal and sometimes it could be a continuation. You see here, this was on the 4 hourly, if you guys will remember, and around that 38,000, let's say that 39,000, right at that 39. But we were just below that, a hit below. You see the 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, essentially. Going into the candle wicks, almost 4 hits, but 1, 2, 3 for sure. We picked up a fourth right there. But just the multiple hits down into the RSI once it was originally struck. So that should wake up a question in your mind. The extent to which the RSI, again, operates as an immediate reversal, and I'll say an immediate reversal. Now, most time you'll get a positive trajectory on the price, but after how long? After how many hits on the RSI? Like we've hit this one time on the 5-minute. That's nice. We hit it one time here. Now, though this would be an instance where it took off. It was part of a bull flag formation. Very nice. In here, the 5-minute RSIs, man, you're lucky if you get 1 hit, 2 hit. Look at this one. Boom, way down. Look at this one here. Bam, way down. Look at this in here. Bam, way down into it once you hit the 30 on the RSI. So you guys see, boom, right? You notice at some points you'll get, hey, we got a hit here. Good. We got a hit on the RSI. It operated as a reversal here. Boom, right? Here, look at this. Bam. Multiple hits down into the 30 on the RSI. So, man, before we say, well, why would you bring all that up if it's not going to do it right now? Trading, as you talk about like Slim or anyone else, look at this on the 5 on the RSI. Bam, all the way down into it. After it hits it once, sure. Maybe you're looking for small trades. Possible. You're looking for small micro trades. Possible. Otherwise, we want to know if it's directional. So I just caution you before you start to isolate a variable like RSI or an indicator like RSI, just be aware that there are two camps here. One is going to say it's a reversal indicator. The other camp is going to say, no, it is a momentum indicator and indicative of the momentum of things in the direction of things to go. So oversold, more oversold, right? And we just see that continually. Oversold, more oversold. Oversold, more oversold. Boom. So just understand both frameworks of thought. Very important as we look at Bitcoin down 1.91%. Will this be technically a reversal here? We do have it in confluence with or in conjunction with a line of resistance. So, that probably increases. I know that it does. It increases the odds that you're going to have a positive hit here. Okay, it's at a line of prior resistance to support cross trend. Okay, but do understand, and we always say buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, right, and hit your targets. we would look at the, and we already have looked at the, I just like the purple on the screen. It's a nice way to visualize instead of the oscillator at the bottom. Instead of this, the framework that we look at, and we're looking at the RSI. Every time you look down at the indicator, you're looking away from the price action. That can be somewhat not just distracting, it could be kind of costly as you frame your TA and your price together. I really like that look. So you guys can add that on. Just when you look at your let's see here. When you look at your chart, okay, when you look at your chart, and you're gonna find this indicator on the screen, the 3060. You'll have to say, just look up 3060 or 3070, actually 3070. I think it's 70 on this one. It should be. It allows you to choose the ones in between, but RSI levels between 30 and really 80. 30 and 80. So, and those inputs cannot be changed. But just select the 30 and the 70 as is standard. But yeah, it's 30 through 80. I'm not sure how this is called. Let me make sure that you guys know this. Hold on. I think it's just 30 through. Let me see what it is. Hold on one second. Let's get into the indicators. Let's do 30. RSI levels 20 through 30. There we go, 20 through 30 and 70 through 80. Okay, I knew it was off somehow. I didn't know what it was, but it's that 20 through 30 and 70 through 80. Okay, make sure you add that abdomi, ABDOMI. Then you go through and unclick the ones that don't apply, etc. I like this as a side kind of offshoot from what I look at on the overall, my primary chart. Okay, so it's not the only chart, but it's that side offset that I like to look at. I normally have like 4 charts, and you guys can have as many as you can feasibly try to arrange or not to fit in the framework of your charts. But you can set up different indicators on all types of, and I mean you could get into some real heavy indicator work here. Now this is when you add that 30 to that 20 to 30, 70 to 80. That RSI indicator that I just went over, when you add that on, it's going to look like this out of the box with all this kind of fire above and fire below. You need to go into it and you need to uncheck all of these. Just keep the 30 and the 70, okay? Just do that, and you can change them to whichever color you want to. And on the 70, you can just say, okay, instead of this, I want an area below the area. Boom, right? Well, that's on we want it on the 30. Actually, we want that on the 30. Let's go to the 30 instead. And it'll take you a while to do this. There we go. Underneath on the 30, of course, because the 70 will be above. The over sold portion will be below. Okay, and that will mirror your actual oscillator. Just make sure that you spend some time reframing your technical approach, and that you give yourself multiple. You can set up a variety of different charts, as many as you'd like to. Too many can get a bit confusing. I have multiple screens here at my station, and sometimes I'll just, even when I'm talking, I get a little bit sidetracked. It's just it happens. The brain can only process so many things at once. So even between the chat and the multiple screens I have, etc. Let's see what we have. I was very comfortable and confident that I understood for the most part, and I'm sure after a few months of VIP, I will be day trading correctly instead of waiting and hoping for profits. Wow, huh? We are too, huh? Yeah, it's gonna be good for you to be in VIP. Yeah, VIP is waiting for you, huh? Yeah, boom, for you. It's not easy. I have to tell you, it's not easy. I want you to know that, and Angel will tell you that. It's not easy at all. The primary thing that you can do right now while you're learning is to stay lightly exposed at any potentially higher price. And watch yourself with the ability to cover yourself. That's just the bottom line. You know that, Slim. It's just crucial as you develop your trade skills. I'm excited to see what all can happen. We've seen guys start from relative scratch. Look at Josh on the bottom, $1 million champ. Just that's not to be made light of, because that's a real story. He's a real guy. He's like top shelf champ VIP. Not to I'm not going to mention Angel in the same context, because Angel's a different level champ without a doubt. Angel make $1 million in a day, like not a big deal. But Josh, overall, we put him up to the challenge I did for $1 million in earnings, and he did it. So we're excited about that. So you're seeing a little bit of weakness in the price action. And the things that I cover here on the as we cover the entirety of the stream, they're just good to listen to overall. You might pick up one thing a stream. You might pick up 2 or 3 things a stream. I started VIP because I was doing real focused, Slim, so that you know, I was doing real focused classes for alpha traders and teaching what alpha is, the percentage by which you beat the market. And right now you're riding with the Doge market, the hold, right? In terms of that, you know, your return will be what the market return is right now. To the extent you want to start to trade and beat the market, that is alpha. You want to gain an advantage over the market, and that's a technical term in the industry, etc. Say, what is the alpha? What's your alpha? That means what's the percentage by which you, or the amount by which you beat the market. So yeah, and but I definitely, without a doubt, I definitely encourage you to pursue your dream of becoming a day trader. And I say that to anyone and everyone who's listening, that you're not the first one to have that in your mind. You can do it. I've been around some of the best traders. I would tell you some of the absolute best on Wall Street, Crypto Street, etc. From Angel to some different individuals that have been very prominently successful on Wall Street, like top guys, if not the top guy. So let's see. Hold on one second. I bring some experience in that regard, and have just my own experience being around them has been real interesting, because I'll find that those individuals also like the very best ones, they'll come in from trading and they'll be like, you know, okay, London, what do you think about this? I have a question for you. What do you think about this? I'm like, you know, this guy's the best trader on Wall Street. He still asks questions. And that's just, if you do have questions, you don't think you're ready, etc., just understand the best guys on the street have those questions. That's why VIP is exciting. That's why we do have that in the back in terms of these rooms where we can bring like the bull flag, different opportunities to remain competitive in the market, and understand that bull flag. You know, it worked. It fulfilled to the upside within a threshold. Okay, but even within that, you're going to find a percentage, maybe a high percentage of bull flags that don't complete to the upside. Okay, you have to be aware of the market. Some of these things may take you years to fully understand. As much as you want to master them in a year, it may take you years to understand. So those alpha training lessons that I provided to people at the get-go when I got into crypto, and you know, I can still do those. It's a real intensive training course with people. It's 24 straight hours, not straight hours, but 24 hours of learning together. Not 24 straight hours. Maybe it should be straight hours, but it's 24 hours collectively. Let me say collectively is a good thing. Through 4 weeks, 6 hours a week. And it's with materials, etc., just to, you know, kind of to reinforce those principles of alpha. And that's kind of alpha training. Sounds like you may be interested in something like that. If you really put this much dedication and patience towards things, I recommend that for anybody who can look at who really has long-term plans for the market. And it's not just well, I'm kind of interested in this coin. I want to see how it goes. I want to be a VIP. I want my picture up there or something like that. By the way, I'm going to be putting your pictures back up there. I'm working on that. Luke, if you're out there, I need an updated picture of you. There was an old picture that I have on the desktop. I'm on my side rig now. It's just really smooth, this side rig. It's a really functional laptop, so I've been using this. It's very, very nice, quick graphics card in it. So looking at the hit, let's reframe ourselves here. Let's get back into the specific line of resistance. Okay, 2 support cross-trend line currently in play. And let's get back into the technicals here. Bunch of time on Slim, huh? Man, Slim trying to push it into 2022. Way to go, man. I like that interest. Crucial. You can just tell he's going to do well. Bottom line, he's interested. He's paying attention, things like that. Like Josh, the one thing that was interesting, but Josh was always there on a conference call. On the bottom right, $1 million champ. He was always there on a conference call. You guys wouldn't believe. He would sit there and say, you know, I have to just let everyone know that joining VIP. He was the biggest spokesman for VIP before he won. He paid attention. He listened to every stream, and when he earned the $1 million, and in terms of his profits trading, he said, I've got it in writing from him. He just says, you know, I want to thank you, London. I listened to everything, each and every word. I put it into practice, and I took it to the market, and I won. I conquered the challenge. I was just like, man, that's just awesome. So, but he was on every conference call. He was on every. I mean, even he's a busy businessman, etc. He still just he would find the time. He's on the conference call. Just really, it was cool to see because he was very, very outspoken for VIP. It was just cool to see. I'm like, that's the guy that's going to win his. He's going to earn $1 million in trading. Is the guy who really believes in VIP, believes in and just didn't give up. It was really cool. So as you look at the pattern formation right now, let's go to let's look at this right here. You would say we don't have any patterns in play right now, right? You would say, well, this is kind of ambiguous what it's doing here. What's crucial right now is the attempt to maintain this specific level of support, right? We would carry over this specific, let me do this. Let me get into let me see if I can retrace all the way back through this. I would really appreciate it if TradingView lets me do this because I had this set up after doing some prep work for the VIP. Now let's see if she will go all the way, just hitting rewind. Let's get back to what we were discussing, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to find, let's see what we got, that bear flag discussion, and boom. There we go. Okay. That's on the 5 minute. And yeah, doesn't change much. Maybe gives us a little more of a breathing room. I think on the 30 minute, yeah, as I recall it now, on the 30 minute, we had drawn the lines. Just remind me of the work we had done. So 30 minute, essentially, we had drawn on the lines of the parallel function, essentially looking for that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. This is a steep drop to get back to that level of support. I'm just going to say it's typically not that steep. Would have been nice for us to work our way over. What would have been preferable for the traders is to see like another bull flag formation here, yeah, and then us to move up like that. That would have been really smooth and preferable. A lot of I'd say reasonable expectation built into a further continuation of the preceding move, and a replication of that move would be very nice to see. It would have been very nice. This type of a real heavy slam down, I'll just let you know that Bitcoin is kind of known for doing moves like this when you've just seen a bull flag. Do not be surprised to see Bitcoin slam back down from up above, boom. Okay, because the traders park. I tell you guys all the time, show me a prior resistance and I'll show you orders. Okay, same thing. We talk about it on the ascending triangle all the time. You guys know that. Let's go through this. Show me the prior resistance, I'll show you orders. One of the features we haven't discussed as much, we're at a bit of an angle here, okay? Just a touch, a bit of an angle, downward sloping as we look at the entirety of this specific trend line, that level of resistance on top. Now, I didn't bring it to the attention of the VIP, but let's just look at the notion of an ascending triangle. Okay, and we'll be able to differentiate essentially that notion from clearly from all the other patterns. Let's look at the candle wicks. Still pretty clear. So we have, this underlying notion of a resistance to support to resistance to support, and a real drastic kind of under completion on this as well. In terms of the line chart. You're not going to gain anything out of, guys, you're not going to really gain anything out of going for that ascending triangle when you have the bull flag right here. Essentially, the reason would be because you're going to have the same amplitude. We're going to assume it's not going to get this catch in along resistance amplitude of the entirety here as drawn down. We're going to assume it's going to get this amplitude here, which is going to be just the bull flag, the flagpole to the upside, right? You're going to have the same amplitude measured from here to here that you would here to here. So the fact that we focused on the bull flag rather than the ascending triangle is really a matter of preference, okay? Clearly put enough. Let's see what we got here. Thought Bitcoin in the market was breaking out last night back towards 50K. But I realized it was just Elon Musk's tweet, so I tried to open Robinhood and sell it all and reposition plus VIP. Oh, wow. I wasn't quick enough. I moved alerts for the random Elon pump and dump tweets. They are emotional triggers. They are bot triggers, huh? They are bot triggers. I think they're bot trading triggers. Best I understand them. They have automated purchase. You guys know this, but the automated bots that will go and just literally execute trades based upon tweets. They do that all the time with not just tweets, but they'll do it with popularized news sources, etc. I know some people who have programmed some of those at a high level, at a high level, not just a ragtag group, but a real kind of professional level. It's an interesting dynamic to get into. Program trading, different level of program trading. So what we're going to be looking for is to hold this specific level here, level of support. And Slim, you got to set those limit orders above, brother. You got to get that done. Want to see that done if you want to sell, but don't. It's low. You want to buy more. Huh? I know that low for you is probably 5 cents, 4 cents, or 007, something like that. You always having exposure to the upside is what I say. What I see, not financial advice, you know this, but having exposure to the upside is a good idea. Something that's low, that you believe is going to cycle again. And you never want to be completely strapped and for cash and trading at the same time. It's just not the guys that have like money to burn instead of or trying to have money to earn. Like a trade to burn instead of trade to earn. Try and fashion your mind like that. Can you relax and watch a trade go completely south? So that's fine. I'll just next, no problem. Next. Can you just watch and what? Can you just have the trade completely go south? No problem. If everything went south on your trades and your account, everything else, could you just pick up again and say, cool, well, I'm going to do this again next year. I'll do this again. I'll give it a break for 2-3 months. I'll be back and I'll do this again in 2 or 3 months. To the extent you can, that's exciting. And I don't want you to be wasteful with your account at all, but it's crypto. Doge is down 90%. If you chose not to have the backup, heavy reserve capital in the beginning, or even with Bitcoin's down 50%, you put a couple $1 million or 10, 20 million bucks in Bitcoin, you're down 50%. That hurts if you bought at the top. But it is crypto. So, fortunes are made and laid waste to in crypto, that volatility. And boy, Angel could tell some stories. He's got iron hands. I'll tell you guys that. He's a great guy to talk to in terms of I'd say this, even our being able to just kind of hear from him when he's in the chats, etc. We'll look forward to more of that probably later in the week. Guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you guys carry this level of support. I'm going to let you go through this specific. The price targets here, compounding down into the lower levels below. You guys got this. Easy stuff, right? Compounding into your Fibonacci's. Working on the pattern trade in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5. Waiting for additional patterning here. And we're at support. It's good news. To the extent that you guys took it resistance or close there too after I identified this bull flag in the back for VIP. Way to go. Way to go, way to go, way to go. And down 2%. We really recovered essentially where we started the framework of the stream. And we'll be doing more, guys. I'm looking at maybe some different time options to get into streaming maybe more during the day. Okay, there we go. A little bit of price action. Getting into specific downward, of course, when I say time to go, just a touch of negative price action. We'd look for this specific. That's potentially a big breakdown. Buyers trying to hold that level of support to get back up to resistance. So it's not ideal if you're long. If you're short, congratulations. So not bad. I'm sure a lot of you are wise to the, I'd say, kind of the best strategy in between the short and the long, right? If you guys are maybe you're straddling, not sure what you're doing. Let's watch this pick up just a bit on the 5 minute as we're breaking down past resistance. It's not confirmed as support. Let's see what we got. If it will. OGN. We have a non-VIP. Well, you got to join Basecamp, brother. Not sure that you're Basecamp or otherwise, but Basecamp's easy. Just join up on Basecamp. It's like the price of a stick of gum, brother. That's easy stuff. Would love to have you as a member of our Basecamp. Yeah, origin protocol. I'll reserve that space for when you decide to pile on a pack of gum in the form of a base camp badge and you decide to show up, Freeman. You can do it, man. Freeborn. Freeborn? What's up, dude? Cool name, man. Real cool name. Freeborn. I like that. Is that your real name or not? I don't know. You should hang out with Slim and the whole group. I'll open the vault. Nice. I like that. You got to open up the vault. You tell him just to go ahead and spring for the $3 to $5 a month, something like that. He may go VIP. I don't know. If you trade, you'd like to go VIP, bro. We're always looking for people to hammer through in the back here with bull flags, everything else. That's what we did today. Bam. Open up the vault. I like it. I like it a lot. Nice choice of words there, brother. Very cool. So, BTC down 2.57% on the 5-minute. Now, you see this in action. What we discussed earlier was and we started the stream like this. The hit along the 30 RSI. Is it a reversal or is it a reversal or is it indicative of we're oversold? The selling is going to continue along this trajectory in terms of the downward momentum. Aha. If anyone did or did not see the beginning of the stream, I want you to rewind and watch the beginning of the stream because I brought this specific fact up that more often than not, and I'm saying that as a fact, more often than not, based upon the studies, hitting 30 on the RSI will allow a continuation to further oversold territory. Very important, guys. You guys are on that, huh? You paying attention to that? If you didn't watch the original, if you did not watch the original, okay, it's not complicated, guys. All right, I'm in the money on a short right now, just because, boom. All right, long, short, here, hit 30 and short. Okay, so, yeah, but it's an effective protocol for trading. Don't just follow it because I do it or someone else said it works, etc. Make sure you find the source. You find the source where that's studied and written, okay? And if you guys need help with that, I can help you find some of those sources in terms of who's doing the studies. What is it based on? Is it some crazy YouTuber? Is it somebody with some experience? You want to know, what you're doing with your trades, with your money, etc. It's important. But if you didn't see the beginning of the stream, I'm going to invite you guys to go and watch the beginning of the stream because I've talked about this specific issue right here. The notion that it's on this line of resistance. It provided us a nice little hit. That's not a bad hit. That's that's a half a point, 0.6%, not bad. But the notion that once we hit the 5 RSI, any 30 RSI on any time frame, it's momentum. It's a momentum indicator. So it's oversold. It's continuing to become more oversold with an additional hit on 30 on the RSI. Momentum is indicated, right? The movement of the price. So not exactly what you're going to hear everywhere, is it? But you just see it work. Boom, boom. I mean, I can point it out in the past, etc. Bam, bam. All throughout here. The purple is the 30 on the RSI. Oh, there's a nice hit. There's a nice hit. Even within the constrained construct here, and maybe it's it merits you guys looking at that side of the equation. Okay, I want to bring it up because it has been studied. And the more you plug into groups like New York Institute of Finance, etc., you'll see more of that along the way. And you will probably develop your trade game in ways that other people will look at you and be like, whoa, how'd you find that out? Well, yeah, there's some guys that studied it. They're in New York. They teach the guys that go to Wall Street and trade how to trade. So you guys can be privy to some of that. Welcome. I'm just going to put welcome. Freeborn. Welcome to Freeborn. We look forward to you joining. And I want you guys to go back and watch the beginning of the stream where we pointed this out. Would have been great to get a reversal. Would have been fantastic. Running into those exponential moving averages again, the 200 and the 100 on that 5-minute time frame. Now, the trick is, can you book a trade here? Can you book a trade here at potential support? Now, it does act as support, whether or not it's a measured momentum indicator, right? The 30 RSI. It does like to act as support to get you back to resistance. Just watch these heavy pour downs. Boom. Down into that RSI. Yep. So yeah, if you guys hit a long to a short, and now you're that's a different level. You say swing trade. That's not really a swing trade. That's some flash trading. That's some heavy action. So congrats to anybody who may be able to perform at that level. And no wannabe. You're not a wannabe trader. You're a gonna be trader. How about that? Freeborn. I encourage you and everybody else to look at the beginning of the stream where we covered this, essentially this notion in terms of the RSI, watching it pick up here a bit, and we will just continue to watch traders as we look for an additional overall pattern here. Let's look for additional as traders now are scheduling into their specified targets on the Fibonacci's, low to high. Right, there's a variable approach to this as well, where you could go to the candle wicks. Okay, no problem. You can go to the candle wicks or to the lines. Okay, and you can go prior breakout. There's 3 different strategies to really fine tune your approach on the Fibonacci's. Sometimes more simple is easier, guys. Just to let you know. Sometimes the less complicated, the more I'd say highly reactive, or I'm going to say you're going to need to be able to execute whatever methodology you apply quickly and accurately. So it's kind of like a time frame. What time frame are you most comfortable with, right? Go ahead and find that time frame, use it, and execute, right? Become proficient thereat. If you're really targeting frequently with Fibonacci's, etc., and using indicators, you'll be able to have a discussion with someone else about the 3 different ways that you could apply these, which ones are working, which ones aren't working. Start with smaller amounts of money if you need to, and let them show you the ropes, meaning the actual indicators, the targets, etc. Just let it show you the ropes. It will, I promise. You'll learn. And if you start with a less amount of money, I'd say a lower amount of money, you won't feel that hit quite as badly. Like, just schedule in your fibs, etc. Just an encouragement as you look at 2022. What can you bring to the market, right? I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys can continue to bring towards VIP and Bitcoin Spike. We will be around in a bit. Glad I brought that, guys, great bull flag to the back today. And yeah, I brought the bear flag video. Always going to cover the technicals, whether or not they're popular or not. I'm going to cover the technicals, guys. I was just always trained to do that, guys. From Duke, certified in markets, working across the table from Harvard Foundation, etc., on some different deals. If it's technically indicated, I'm going to discuss it. Now, whether or not it's likely, that's another issue. And you guys will go through that. Again, I covered that in the beginning of the stream. I appreciate you guys being here and hope you're having a good start to your week. It's Monday, so I'll let you get on with your Monday evening and make sure you guys eat well, sleep well, and take care of those relationships that you knew were worth